Greg Caggiano here for Ghosts on the Coast alongside Patrick Osborne here in the library of the Strauss Mansion Museum, and we are just going to wrap up our weekend of ghost tours and also our whole month of October. If you remember the last time we did that, which was last October, we actually were sitting right here and a shadow moved across the room behind us, and we filmed that. We didn't see anything. Even when I played the video on YouTube, I didn't see anything. Actually, it was a viewer who pointed it out. So keep your eye out. You never know what might pop up on camera. Let's start with the tours. They were this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We had a lot of people come. We did it a little bit different than years past. We had bigger groups. We split them into two. One group went with Patrick, Lou, and Roy. The other stayed with myself, Joanne, and Patty. They told stories, did spirit box sessions, and we did a seance, and we showed them some evidence clips, audio, video of things that have happened here in the past. Our stuff was pretty mild. We did, a couple seances were good. We got some stuff to come through, but you apparently you were very busy on your tours.
Yeah, Spirit Box wasn't doing much at all last night or the night before, but we kept getting a lot of noises that the guests on the tour just figured it was them making it. But myself and Roy and Lou, we know what the sounds are because it sounds different.
Yeah.
So, not last night, but Friday night, I decided to take pictures of the stairs, third floor stairs, because there was a loud crash up there. And it definitely caught my attention. I noticed that Roy kind of turned and then forced himself back to the crowd to not make it look so obvious. So I decided to take pictures. Took 3 pictures. First one, nothing there. Second one, nothing there again. On the third photo, there's a streak coming down the stairs as if somebody's walking down. At that particular moment, I turned to Roy and said, "Told you someone was upstairs." And he just started laughing and was like, "Yep, you did."
And you can send me those pictures. We'll put them up on our Facebook page so you can see what Patrick's referencing. You guys had a lot of noises, and it's funny because we did these tours. We always did scripted tours, and then 3 years ago we started actually just doing ghost stories and letting people investigate. And it was 3 years ago, or the first time we did it.
Yes.
Where we were on the stairs telling a story, and there was this loud bang, this like crack. It sounded like somebody was getting ready to fall through the stairs when it was only me and Lou on it. And we felt the vibration. And people were looking around thinking we were faking it, that there was somebody hiding in a closet, banging on something. You said even last night there was some guy who was, flicking the light switches thinking we had something rigged. And by the end of the tour, they were sold. They knew that we were not fooling around. This is not a funhouse attraction. It's real. Our ghosts are real here.
All real.
We had one interesting seance where this spirit came through. There were 4 of us on the glass. It was me and 3 of the participants. And it started to spell out the phrase, "You're going to sell your house." And no one on the glass is going to sell the house, but there was this woman sitting there, and before we even knew who she was or anything, we asked the spirit, who's going to sell their house? And the glass moved with our fingers towards the direction of this woman. So she got all, startled because her house is for sale. She is selling her house. So we invited her to get on the glass. She was asking questions, and she asked the spirits, when the house would sell. It said December, and the spirit also gave her a word of advice, which was to rent, to sell your house and rent, to not go buy another house. And then we kept asking questions, and she discovered that the spirit telling her this was her Nana, was her grandma. It spelled out Nana. And, of course, we did not know that, and we didn't know who this person was, much less that she was selling a house. And furthermore, she was not even on the glass, so we cannot say it was like our subconscious doing it. This woman was not even on the glass at all. That was probably the highlight of our 2 nights of seances. We had stuff happen every tour, but that was the best part. What else we got? We had a lot of stuff going on this month.
We always had the movies that some of our viewers came and saw.
Yeah, saw a lot of familiar faces. Which
as of the 2 nights, Saturday and Friday, everyone that came told us that they've never been here before, which is amazing.
That really is.
Having over 100 people come and they've never seen this house, never done anything in this house, that proved to us that we are still popular and still getting out to new people.
We're still reaching new people, because when we did the lantern tours, which was the script where we used to act, and people would come back every year. It was the same people. And then when we 3 years ago started to do the ghost stories, we had the same people. And then last year, we even had a couple of the same people. There wasn't as many repeats. Last year's numbers were actually down. And we were wondering this year, like, have we exhausted the Ghost Story tours? Can we not do them anymore? We figured, well, let's try it one more time. And sure enough, we had more people this year than last year. Probably about 120 people through the doors just this weekend for the tours. And every single one of them, with the exception of a friend of mine who brought a couple of her friends along, every single one of those people had never been in this house before, much less even on a tour. Yep. And that's great, because that's as part of a museum board, and not just ghost hunters, that's what we try to do. We try to get new people in. That's part of our mission, is to continuously expand our audience, and to have 120 brand new people who had never heard any stories before. Really incredible. I don't know how that happened, but it was just incredible. We had movies, of course. Patrick mentioned Nosferatu was a big success. We had 2 showings of that, both sold out. The musicians were absolutely fantastic. As always, Cody McCory led a group of very talented local musicians. There were 7 of them this year. We showed Don't Go in the House. That also sold out. And then we had a Bela Lugosi birthday party and screening of Dracula, which also sold out. The Halloween party this year, I don't know. I think everybody was going to see the movie Halloween on its opening night. The Halloween party, it was really just us hanging out. Not many people came, but we did have a good time. We had some psychics do tarot readings and whatnot, and we had a couple of visitors come through. Everybody had a good time, but I guess all those people were waiting to come to the tours, because we had 4 straight tours. All were sold out. We had about 30, 35 people per tour, and the new structure of doing it this year really worked, splitting the groups up.
Yes.
And you got to lead a tour for the first time, a couple tours.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a break for me, because we went from doing 6 45-minute tours a night to 2 to 3 90-minute tours. And it was me and Lou and Joanne doing the same talk 6 times a night, 2 weekends, in October, 25 tours. Imagine telling the same stories 25 times. Now, granted, the paranormal activity is a little bit different each time, but the same stories. And this year, I only had to tell those stories, say, twice per tour, because we split the groups. 9 times.
And even then, it was a shortened version.
And it's a shortened version, yeah. It's difficult. And this is a little bit of a volunteer story, like a bit of not a gripe, because we love doing this, but the energy it takes. And that's why we're so very thankful to have people like Patrick, who volunteer with us. The committee members themselves, of course, Joanne and Roy DeLoso, Lou Fligger. It's a lot of energy. We do it because we love this house. We love ghost hunting. We love meeting people and talking to people. But we literally committed our lives to this building for the month of October, every single Friday and Saturday, and then Joanne and I would come on Sunday mornings to clean up and hang out. Answering reservations during the week, which takes hours, because you're getting 30, 40 people emailing you a week. And we're not saying this to pat ourselves on the back. We're just saying that we're doing this for people like you watching, so that you have a place to come to. We have to keep a roof over the heads of the spirits, and also ourselves as history people. And I'll tell you a funny story from 2 years ago. I've never told this on camera before. You know the story about the gift that Roy and Joanne gave me.
Oh.
We were 23 tours in. There was going to be 24 tours total for the both weekends. And even one night, I think we had extra tours. It was just a massive amount of people. And it was the second to last tour, just finished. And I go downstairs, and we had about 15 minutes in between. And I sat on the floor, and I could not get back up. I was exhausted, because there's 3 flights of steps, up and down, up and down, up and down. 6 times a night, plus, setting up and planning and all that. And I was done. And I looked at Joanne, and I said, I can't do it. You guys take this last one. I'm just going to lay here. And she says, oh, no, you can't. You got to do it. Come on, one more. And I said, no. I said, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I can't do it. She says, we'll get you a nice bottle of scotch if you get up. And I said probably some bad words. Fine, I'll do it. And I go up, I lead the tour. By the time I come back down, there is her husband, Roy, standing there with a bottle of Macallan double cask scotch, which is a really nice scotch. So that was my reward. I didn't open it for a while. I saved it. And then that was the craziest. That was the first year we did the ghost tours where we had. It was insane. Remember the amount of people?
Yeah, that was insanity.
The only word for it. And we cracked open a bottle of champagne. Not you. You had a soda, of course. And we literally opened champagne. We're like, it's finally over. And that's what we were just talking about before. We live for this month. We love these events. Midway through, you get that, I just can't wait for this to be over. And then it's over. It ended last night, and now here we are saying, wow, we had a lot of fun. I wish maybe there was just one more night in there. We'll be hanging out here one night next week to do a little bit more ghost hunting, try to get some more videos up, but for public events, this is the end. So what'd you think? Another year, this is our 5th year, because you started volunteering when you were a student of mine. This is my 5th year, so this is also your 5th year.
Well, this year definitely went by the fastest.
Flew by.
I don't ever remember it going by this fast. I'm kind of sad that it went by so fast. Usually you're like, oh, it went by fast, it means you had fun. It's like, well, yes, that's true, but there's an extent to where you're having so much fun that time, for some reason, just tends to slow down.
Yeah.
And I wish that was the case.
Yeah, sometimes, I guess when we did the 2 weekends of tours, there was so much to do that it really dragged out.
Yes.
6, 7 tours one night, and 6, 7 tours tomorrow. The next weekend, oh my God, there's 13 or 14 more coming up. This year was just one weekend of tours, and also last year was one weekend. And once that weekend's over, it's like, that's it. It's done. Yep. So we don't know what we're doing next October. There's a lot that needs to be discussed regarding what we want to do, if we want to change it up, if we want to go with the same kind of thing. We don't really know. It's a whole year away. But for now, we had a lot of fun this month. We raised a lot of money for the Historical Society, more than last year, actually. It was just, I don't know, every year, you never know how many people are going to come in.
It's very true.
3 years ago, we had I don't know, maybe 250 people come in. Then last year was very low. Then this year was 120. And then we had, I would say for the entire month, not just the tours, the entire month, we probably had at least 300 people come in. A lot of people are regulars and viewers of this series, and some people brand new, never heard of the place. They saw something online and they came in. And that's great. Any last words before we go bye-bye for October?
I want to say, see you. This is my last October. I'll be in college next year.
Oh, you're not going to come by and visit?
I'll try. It depends on how far
away
I am.
You got to come by for an investigation.
Well, it depends on how far away I am.
Would you know where you're going to be going yet?
No. Not yet.
Okay. Well,
I know where I'd like to be, but it all comes down to price.
It's always about the money.
Yep.
It has to be. But yeah, so 5 years of doing this. I think we will see you next October, but just in case.
Not the whole month.
Not the whole month. You've been a huge help over the years, from acting in the Lantern tours.
Killing you.
Almost killing me. Do we have time for that story? You want to tell that one? Literally.
That wasn't me.
No, it was you. It was the guy before you. Almost killed me.
We had.
Don't say his name.
I'm not.
But
we had a kid, a volunteer. He went to my school, and this kid played lacrosse
and football. Big.
He's a skinny kid, but just built. Well, I was in the electric chair during that part, and he was literally the next character right after me.
He was an evil clown.
That was the year we did Clowns from Hell.
The haunted, circus, yeah.
And I remember sitting there in the chair while I'm getting electrocuted.
Seeing me almost get taken out.
Full on tackle, both of his feet were off the ground, wrapped around him. And this man just go down, I don't even know.
Like a football tackle. But here's the thing, is that I'm the tour guide. I bring everybody through the haunted circus, and then at the end I say my parting words, and lurking in the background is an evil clown who then runs towards me with the knife, the retractable knife, and he is supposed to jump on me and pull me to the ground and stab me to death. Now, this individual didn't know the difference between acting and what you're really supposed to do. He was supposed to run, kind of hug me, and as he does that, I pull us to the ground safely, and then he can start stabbing me to death. What this individual does is really takes me out. My feet left the... and we had a mausoleum built, and my head landed this close to the mausoleum. That would have been it. That would have been my last tour ever. He almost killed me, and after that, he was getting ready to do it again. I said, you know what? Why don't you two switch? Because you had some acting experience. You know you don't literally...
And then he became the one in the electric chair that night.
And then you killed me 14 times that night.
He was not thrilled about being in the electric chair because he had to sit there all night and do nothing.
Well, that was the safest place for us.
Yes.
With him in the chair. Anyway, 5 great years. Hopefully some more coming up. Thank you for all your service in these 5 years. We will see you around. Of course, you'll be involved with more episodes of Ghosts on the Coast. As for now, we got a couple days till Halloween. We'll get this up today. It's Sunday, October 28th. Thank you all, those who came to the events, those who watch our series. Please like us on Facebook and share our videos, share our page, and hopefully we'll see you around at another event. For Patrick Osborne, I am Greg Caggiano for Ghosts on the Coast. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.